field in the single digits. All of this is some, not all, but some of these Republican candidates are getting ready for this candidate forum tonight in New Hampshire. And Trump will be one of the few who will not be there. This is not a debate tonight, but it is looked at as an opportunity to really hone your skills for the real debate. That is Thursday night. This is the first Republican debate here. So with me now to talk about this, Lou Gargiulo with the Trump New Hampshire campaign, and Jennifer Warren. She's the chairwoman of the Republican Party of New Hampshire. So wonderful to have you both on. Welcome.
Thank you, Brooke. Good to be with you again.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Brooke.
So, thank you. Lou, first to you. I know what I've read, but I want to hear you explain it to me. Why is Donald Trump not doing this forum tonight?
It's my understanding that Mr. Trump had a business commitment that was long-standing. And unlike the other political candidates attending, Mr. Trump has the welfare of thousands and thousands of employees and billions of dollars in assets. And he has to strike a balance. And I think that's what he's doing. He has a very large firm to run, and it takes certainly a good part of his effort. But you can be assured that he will be in Cleveland on Thursday, and people will get a first-hand look at what a formidable candidate he will make for the Republican Party.
Let me get to Thursday in a second, but hang on a second. So you're telling me it's a business commitment because he had told the union leader something totally different. You know, the fact that they're not throwing their support behind him, they're not endorsing him, or he can sense that they're not a Donald Trump fan. That's the reason why he's not showing up, Lou.
Well, I don't believe that to be necessarily the case. I think the union leader certainly has not taken a very positive approach to Mr. Trump, but be that as it may, Mr. Trump has to run a business, and he has other commitments. And I think that certainly is his first priority at this point. While the other candidates are pandering for votes, Mr. Trump is out there working both his business and being the front runner in the presidential campaign.
Okay, despite what Trump said, listen, whatever it is, he's not going to be there tonight. And Jennifer, my question to you, there is a stereotype, and I think this is actually kind of a great thing in New Hampshire, where the voters there, they want to meet these candidates. They want to sit across, at a diner and eat with them, get to know them. And I'm wondering if it's risky by Donald Trump not coming, that one impression it could give off is that he's sort of blowing them off. What are you hearing? Is this turning off New Hampshire voters, or nah?
Well, look, Brooke, it's not my job to speak on behalf of candidates or on behalf of the campaigns. But
you're talking to the voters.
Forums like this are very well, and here in New Hampshire, forums like this are very, very important. It is important not just that you take the voters seriously. It's not about pandering. It's about earning the vote of the American voters, starting in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina. Tonight's an important part of that, and we're very excited that the majority of the candidates will be here to speak directly to the people of New Hampshire.
I will say, Lou, one of my first thoughts when I read about this is that this could benefit Donald Trump by not being there, because it just, the anticipation just continues to mount for when he is center stage Thursday.
Certainly, and Mr. Trump has been in New Hampshire a number of times, and he has certainly reached out to the people in New Hampshire, and I think the polls certainly substantiate that fact. I think that we have a good 7 months before the primary, and there will be plenty of time for Mr. Trump to be in New Hampshire and in Iowa and everywhere else in the country. So his inability to be here tonight, in my opinion, is really not anything negative. In fact, it will be very positive when he comes back again. One only had to be in Laconia a few weeks ago when Mr. Trump was there with overflow crowds. I was there, I saw it firsthand. I was astounded by the number of people. There is a huge outcry in New Hampshire for a person like Mr. Trump, a person who's run a very successful business and who has said it like it is. Unfortunately, a lot of the other candidates are saying what they think the voters want to hear. Mr. Trump's words are resonating because he's not sheltering them in the talking points, or he's not couching them in what the pollsters are telling him. He's doing it from the heart, and that's what people want.
Jennifer, I heard your voice a second ago. Did you want to jump in and respond to any of that?
Oh, no, listen. like I said a second ago, I'm not here to debate other candidates. I'm not here to tell people who's the right candidate to vote for. We are very excited. We have right now the broadest, most qualified field of candidates that we have seen in my lifetime. Tonight is an important part of the process that's just beginning to unfold. And I've been through a couple of cycles up here, Brooke. While it's, the summer before is always an exciting time as the candidates begin to come. Anyone who's been following politics in New Hampshire for very long knows that the polls today aren't really measuring exactly who folks have decided they're going to vote for on Election Day. There's a lot that's going to unfold between now and then. And, I say all the time, there's no such thing as a front runner in New Hampshire this early in the game. But again, I was here to talk about the forum, what an important step this is for our candidates to be directly in front of real voters, for them to be able to measure them up, because here in New Hampshire, we're not just looking at folks from a policy perspective or a political perspective, but from a personal perspective as well. It's hard work to earn the trust and the faith and the vote of a Granite Stater, and this is all part of that.
Absolutely, and to your point, we've got a long way to go. Jennifer Horn and Lou Gargiulo, thank you so much. But it is a big night tonight for Republicans in New Hampshire, no doubt about it. Next, breaking news.